Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a fabulous day. Y'all, let's do some really fun and meaningful paper crafting. Stay tuned. So thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate all the love and all the support that you guys show me every single day. And for those of you who aren't subscribers, but you're looking for a channel where you feel welcomed, you want to learn some new paper crafting techniques, maybe reinvigorate some old skills, whatever your reason, this is the channel for you. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload a new video. And guys, today's project is this one right here. I do a lot of different projects on the channel, and I have a whole lot of things that I specialize in that I absolutely love. And this is one of them. I love making anything that has a way of sharing sentiments. And that's exactly what this is. And y'all know that during these days of COVID, sometimes we can feel very isolated. We can feel alone. We can feel depressed. And there's nothing like knowing that someone is thinking about you to lift your spirits. It's an injection of happy for the soul just to know that someone else is thinking about you. And that's exactly what we have here. So I'm going to flip it over and show you guys what it is, because this is something that we can just make and drop it in the mail as is. You can put your pre-printed address label on the front, or you can write on the front. Totally up to you. But when it's opened, this is what we have. This is something that we can make and send to those people who might be living alone, who might be experiencing their very first Christmas without a loved one, who might be in a city where their family is not and they're all alone. These are the things that we can do just to help lift those spirits. And what I have here is so simple. It's just a very quick way of sending greetings, but we're going to take that way and make it pretty cute, because we've got these really, really awesome cut aparts that just have such fantastic winter scenes. And then we have spaces here for writing, or you can place a picture. I am going to show you the process for how I made this one, but you can take this process and modify it however you want for whomever you want to send it to. And as I said, there are so many people right now who are feeling alone. And if there's anything that we can do, no matter how small, to help them know that they are not alone, that they are cared for, that they are thought of, then let's do it. So this is just a fun way of doing it. So what I'm going to be working with today is a piece of black poster board from the Dollar Tree. And as you guys know, you get 5 sheets in here. And for those of you who have not worked with this particular poster board, if you do have an opportunity to get it, grab it, because first of all, this black is just so elegant, but it is high quality, and I would not be working with it if it wasn't. So what we are going to need is a piece that measures 11.5 by 10. And on the 10-inch side, we're going to score at 1. Then we're going to rotate it to the opposite 10-inch side and score at 1 again. Then we'll put it in on the 11-inch side and we're going to score at 3.5. Rotate it to the opposite 11-inch side and score at 3.5 one more time. And then we're going to fold and burnish all of our scores. So if you don't have a poster board, you can just use a piece of 11.5 by 10-inch paper. So now that we have it like this, what we are going to do is at every intersection here, we're going to angle on both sides. Not really deep angles, but we're just going to angle like this. And we'll do this wherever we have those long scores like this. Okay, so now that we have our project like this, we are going to take the two ends at the bottom and at the top, and we're just going to adhere those down. And I am going to adhere mine down using my tape runner. So I'm just going to put it down first, and then I'll come back and really just burnish down that tape. So we're doing it at the top and at the bottom. So once I have them down, I'll use my big old spatula to come in and get these stuck. Just like that. So now that our project piece is like this, I have some mats and we're going to place these down. So what I did was I took a seam from one sheet and I just cut it in sections so that when I lay it down, I'm actually laying it down so that it pretty much follows the seam. And the paper that I'm using for this is Ciao Bella's Time for Home paper. And it really is a sweet and elegant paper pack to work with. So I have two mats that measure 7 3/4 by 3 1/4. And then I have the larger mat that measures 4 1/4 by 7 3/4. So I'm going to take one of my 7 3/4 by 3 1/4 inch mats, and I'm going to place it down just like that, trying to get everything nice and centered. So then I'll take the second part of my seam, which is this piece, and this piece measures 7 3/4 by 4 1/4. And I am going to place it down, try to get it centered, just like that. And then I'm just going to flip this around so that I can take my last 3 1/4 by 7 3/4 inch mat, and I'm going to place it down like so. And now I have this beautiful scene on my paper just as it appeared on the paper. All right, guys, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place down some decorative pieces and mats. Now, it's not going to be possible for me to give you exact dimensions on your mats for these because most cut-aparts are 3 by 4, but these cut-aparts that I'm using are smaller than that. These were odd shaped, and so that's what I built this project on, was the odd shape. So make sure that you measure out whatever it is you want to place in the center, and then as you're going to build your mat, just to kind of highlight it, here's the way that I do it. Whatever this size is, let's say this was 3 by 3, then on my white mat I'm going to add 1/8 of an inch both ways, so it would be 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. And then my bottom mat that I would actually place down for color and focal would be an additional 1/8 of an inch larger than the white mat. So if this is 3 1/8 by 3 1/8, then this piece is going to be 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So just graduate your sizes 1/8 of an inch, and then that way that'll give you your border so that this will pop. So hopefully that makes sense. So I am going to take my tape runner, and I'm taking the tape runner and I'm placing tape on the back of my cut apart. Then I'm going to place my cut apart. So now I'm going to take this piece and just place it on my blue mat. And now I can take my blue mat and just place it wherever I want on this board. So I am just going to take my tape runner again and place my tape And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and place it down right there, making sure that I get it inside of my score mark. And now I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I am going to take my tape, place it on the back of my cut apart, place my cut apart down on the white mat, and then I'll take the white mat and we're going to place it down on the blue mat. Just remember what I said about graduating your sizes. So whatever size it is that you want to use on yours, if you decide to use cut aparts, just make sure that you do that graduated sizing so that you can have some border around that cut apart. So now I'm going to place my tape on the back, and I'm going to take this one and we're going to place it right at the bottom this way. So now I have these two white space mats that we're going to place down in case you want to write or add a picture. And on this one, I have a mat that measures 2 3/8 by 2 7/8. And then I have a background mat that measures 2 1/2 by 3. And I'm going to place that one on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and just put some tape on that. Place that right there. And then I'll add some tape to this one. And it looks like my bird is going to be slightly covered, and that's okay. So now we have this, and then I'm going to take this white mat and we're going to place this one right here. So this piece measures 3 1/2 by 3, and then I have a piece that measures 3 5/8 by 3 1/8. So I am going to take my glue and place it on my 3 1/2 by 3 inch piece, and I'm going to take that piece and just place it down on my 3 5/8 by 3 1/8 inch piece. And I'll place my tape on the back, and then I'm going to take this one and I'm also going to place it at a little bit of an angle, and you can see how that is really starting to cute up. So then I have this sticker that says Happy Winter, and I am going to place that right here at the top. And so then I am just going to find a couple of snowflakes and just place them down on my project piece. And so I think I'm going to go with this one here at the bottom. And the sticker sheet that I'm using is My Favorite Winter by Echo Park. So now that I have everything on there just like this, so now that we have all of our elements down on the inside, I am very pleased with how this looks. And guys, you could actually make up bunches of these and send them to someone that you know who might be homebound, but they want to keep people up to date with what's going on with them. And you go ahead and make up a whole bunch of these for different seasons and different reasons. And that way, when they want to just drop something in the mail to someone, they can go to that whole stack of goodies that you made for them, pull one out, do a little something to it, then drop it in the mail, and they are good to go. So now that we have the inside all done, this is how we would actually mail this. So we're going to fold it here, not using any adhesive, fold it here, and then fold it here, and this is going to be the back. So we're going to flip this over to the front, and we're going to put something cute on the front just to dress it up. Okay guys, so once we have our outside like this, I have a piece that measures 3 3/4 by 7 3/4, and I have already added adhesive to the back. You can add adhesive to your back using a tape runner, glue, whatever it is, but whatever you put on here, you need to make sure that you have a very good stick, because this will go through the postal system. So you don't want your label not having a good stick on it and possibly coming up. So I am going to just place this down, and then I'm going to go over it very well, because like I said, you want to make sure that none of your corners are able to be pulled up because you want this to go through the mail and you don't want it to suffer any type of damage or not be deliverable because your label came off. So here is the front of my envelope. When I fold it over to the back, then we now have to close this and seal it. So the way that I am going to close mine and seal it, guys, I have some adhesive on the back. And what I did was there was a circle piece inside of the paper pack, and I just cut it out because I want to use it as a decorative piece for closing that back. And so here's what I'm doing. I'm just cutting out around the bottom because I am not going to seal this all the way. I'm going to show you guys how I would seal it. So this is not a process you would need to do unless you were making up bunches of these to give out. So I am very lightly going over that backer sheet because what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to peel away the top portion of this, not the whole thing. So I'm peeling away that top portion just like that. And let me go ahead and get rid of that extra backing sheet. So once I have it like this and I close my envelope, then I'm able to take this and I'll take this piece here with the sticker part on it and put it here at the top, just like that. So then when I'm ready to seal this, I can just remove that backer sheet portion from that section there. And this is how the back would look. And you can take a sweet little message and just put Merry Christmas or whatever it is you want to put there. And I'm going to show you guys that process one more time so that I don't confuse anyone. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to trace out my half circle. So what I have here is that circle piece, and I have the adhesive back protector sheet on the back completely. So this would not stick to anything like this. But what I want to do is I want to remove a portion of the protective backer sheet so that I can stick it down. So all I'm doing is taking my ruler and just making a few passes, very light passes with my finger blade until I can feel that I'm hitting the paper. And then I can take this and I am going to peel the top portion off, and I will leave that portion on because that's the part that we'll use to come back and seal the envelope. So when I close this, just like this, then I will take this piece and I'm going to make sure that this part here that has that protector on it so that it won't stick is at the bottom. So all I'm going to do is take my top and place it down just like that. And you can see I've got my peel away piece here so that when we are ready to seal this, we just peel away that piece and you can seal it and then burnish that seal. And this is truly ready to be dropped in the mail. And guys, aren't these just super cute and super easy to make? And guys, you don't have to use cut-aparts where I've used cut-aparts. You can use stickers or whatever you have in your stash and then come up with some cute placement, and then you've got an all-in-one ready to be mailed. But like I said, if you have some time and you know someone who's living alone, make up a whole bunch of these for any season, any reason, and any gender. And that way, when they need a card and they can't get out of the house to go get it, or they want to send an update to someone, or they want to send well wishes, they can go to that awesome gift set that you made for them, pull out one of these, and then they're good to go. And don't forget to include those stamps. So y'all, I hope that you have liked this project. If you have, please hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join my online crafting family. You guys, be safe, be kind, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.